is if she didn't love you, she could have just given up, right? Um, and that's a blessing, right?
Yeah.
She, through everything, followed her 93 days in jail. That is suspended. Right? Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
She's coordinating.
Court does call the case versus Tegan Donnell.
Where's the judge? Portion of people to speak and post defender on behalf of the Tegan Donnell. Please state your name for the record.
Tegan Donnell.
Donnell. Thank you, Judge. We have received the recommendation by probation. Mr. Donnell understands all the conditions and she's asking that you follow the recommendation, Your Honor.
And Trish Clare on behalf of probation, Your Honor, the victim, Kathy Donnell, Tegan's mother is present. She did provide the court with a written statement.
Yeah.
She would also like to verbally address.
Have a seat over here.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hold on. State your name.
My name's Kathy Donnell. I'm the mother of Tegan Donnell. I did provide this 3-page summary of kind of historically. I hope you had an opportunity to review that. But then when Ms. Pilara said I could talk today, I thought, what could I say to add to that? And I just want to thank you for the opportunity to address the court today. I'm the person who filed those initial complaints against my daughter. I've submitted this lengthy letter with my recommendations and suggestions. And I've spoken to Ms. Pilara, the probation officer, and Ms. Roddy, the victim advocate, and they assured me that all the letters got sent to the appropriate people. I just thought, what could I add today? I just wanted to express that I know I'm not the only parent who deals with these challenges. And like many parents, old as I am, who are still working full time and single parent of adult children, single parent for 25 years, I realize that there are a lot of single parents who also love and try to raise their children to experience a full range of life with hopeful outcomes. The comorbidity of serious mental illness and substance abuse represent huge challenges in our lives every day. And if it's not one of your children, there's someone in our family or someone we know close to us that deals with those same issues. I don't have statistics with me, but imagine most of us in this courtroom can say we are related by just 1 degree of separation with either a parent, a brother, sister, aunt, uncle, cousin, with diagnosis of alcohol and substance abuse or mental health diagnoses or dual diagnosis. I have 2 adult daughters, 2 of my 4 children with serious mental health and substance use disorders. And I've been present for both of these daughters for serious charges here in the court. Admittedly, I have watched from YouTube and been present and, for many of your courtrooms. And I appreciate how you handle these with grace and respect still, and humor, as someone else mentioned this morning. I proactively support both my daughter's engagement in mental health since they were adolescents, but somehow it's not sufficient. I can clearly state that neither of my daughters the same person I know when they're clean and sober. Their innate values emerge again. Tegan is 2 different people from the night this altercation occurred than when she is sober. And I've observed this person on numerous occasions, but for the past few years, I have told her she can't live with me any longer, and she ended up homeless. I see, however, it's hard to stay sober with, the mental health issues, and when you're homeless, and then it's kind of a cyclical process. And for Tegan, some of these substances often facilitate some psychotic and paranoid thinking. And it's really hard. I'm a psychologist, but I know it's really hard to get the right medications. It's a very trial and error effect. But here's my bottom line for Tegan. She's an exceptionally bright young, has been vivacious in the past, probably still quite depressed, going through medication, again, adjustments. But she was precocious, the youngest of all of her siblings. School was easy for her, even high school. She says it took her 7 years or 8 years to graduate from EMU, but she does have an undergrad degree, which says a lot for dealing with all of this. There's a combination of factors that impacted her development: drugs, depression, anxiety, peer ridicule, parental divorce, numerous moves, financial struggles, living with a father and sister with severe mental health and substance use disorders. But there are those who are resilient with it all, and they seem to survive and flourish, but many don't. I know that my daughter genuinely cares about people, all people, which sometimes increases her vulnerability, puts her at risk. But in that respect, I'm grateful to the court, who provides deterrence and supports with helping her get and stay on track. I can see her as a contributor to our community, maybe hopeful that she can provide legal advocacy for others someday. She's definitely had exposure to attorneys and courtrooms, and maybe she'll engage in social work and clinical or research or teaching, special education or medicine. I remind her that she needs time to allow her brain to develop new neural pathways. But I truly believe this experience fostered by the court system can make a difference in the long term and how she can potentially contribute to others. If there are any opportunities that you all can facilitate via courts or CMH, that would be an amazing opportunity for her to see some of her strengths emerge again. I apologize for being wordy.
No,
But
it's a mother's prayer.
right, true. And that's what Ms. Pilara said to me. So this is an opportunity to present to the court. Again, in addition to the more specifics I already submitted, I realize that I'm grateful, and that along with 3 of my 4 children, my son lives 3 hours away now, but 3 of the 4 still live in a community where the legal structure accepts and works with individuals to mediate their mental health substance challenges, and of course, to protect our citizens. I've had an opportunity, I see this really as an opportunity to thank so many members of this community for their service. I don't know how many times you all are told thank you for what you provide to our community. I've usually been here on Thursdays, which is a much more robust gathering. But so I just want to, that's the thing that I could add today, was that thank you for your service in providing a safe and judicious courtroom, Judge Simpson, for occasionally being able to note humor that arises in a very tough room. And I wanted to, usually I know the prosecutors are here, but I wanted to say thank you to them for their service, and victim advocates, and to Ms. Pilara for facilitating a good plan for my daughter. And she's worked with one of my other daughters as well. And to thank the court-appointed attorneys for all your work, and there have been many connected over the years, and to Community Mental Health, CMH, and their crisis team, and for the quick and supportive response from the Pittsfield Township Police and ambulance services, have been to my home on too many occasions to count. And grateful to the support for Ann Arbor Police who supported and assisted Tegan's older sister. And so it's a tough battle. I know there are many people who deal with this, and but it does take a village. And so while I feel it alone at times, as many parents with these challenges, I'm grateful to each of you for helping my family, and I'm grateful to live among all of you in our village. So
Which I may ask, what do you do?
I'm a clinical psychologist at the VA.
I would not have known.
But it's hard because you would think you could make life different for your kids, you know? I mean, with all the knowledge,
Right.
it's still a tough road out there. And I believe that most everybody deals with this in some way, just in a very not, as I say, again, just one moment, one level away from all of us. So thank you again.
Thank you.
And thank you to everybody for your support.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Appreciate you.
Ms. Flynn.
Yes, Your Honor. There is one thing that I did not incorporate in my report to the court.
Yes.
Ms. Donnell has completed inpatient treatment. She is attending outpatient at John Farm. She is also so she has settled in there. She is on a GPS tether that was ordered by this court. Given that she is in a good place now, probation is recommending that GPS tether come off. I believe that Ms. Donnell is going to, comply with the terms of her probation, and she is engaged. I believe that someone from the program slipped through today. So she's out.
What's that? Okay. Well, I saw the three of them sitting back. So I knew that in some way they were all together. So. Okay.
Thank you, Judge. We have reviewed everything, and we've heard Ms. Pilar's additions to the recommendation. We'd ask that you follow all those conditions, and I believe Ms. Donnell can be very successful, and she's on the right path, Your Honor. So
What?
she's on the right path. So I ask you to give her the opportunity to continue that, Judge.
Keegan, anything you want to tell me?
Your Honor, thank you very much for letting my mother speak. That was very meaningful. I'm trying to move forward on the same path I'm on currently. It's been difficult. It's been a long road. I appreciate your help.
And I noticed your reaction as your mom was speaking, because a lot of that probably resonated with you, right?
Yeah, it resonated with me. Some of it, I was like, Mom, why are you saying this public? A lot of it was really important to me to hear.
Yeah. So of those things your mom was saying that, I mean, I think with every kid, the parents start talking and they get kind of embarrassed by something. Why do you think your mom did that?
I think my mom has gone through a lot with me and one of my other siblings, and I think it felt like her chance to finally speak, and it was a moment where she finally had an opportunity to say something. And I know my mom wishes she could change the world and wishes she could do a lot more for people and for her children, and she did everything she could for us and was the best mom she could be, and is the best mom I've ever had. And is a great mom. So it's like she had it was like a moment where she had the opportunity to speak, and I'm really, really grateful she had that moment. So I don't know what else to say.
No, it's okay. You're okay. The most amazing thing about it, quite frankly, is I was listening to your mom, and I'm kind of caught up in her words. But That's why when she apologized about being wordy, I bothered me one bit. I think, you know what, Tegan, sometimes we don't count our blessings in life. We take a lot for granted, right? And sort of a strange thing, your mom was talking about parents. It's a strange thing about parents because I'm sure you and your other sibling have just put her through some paces, right? And the interesting thing is if she didn't love you, she could have just given up, right? Um, and that's the blessing, right?
Yeah.
She, through everything, maybe that's what a real parent's about, through everything, she never stopped loving you. She might not have always had the answer, but the one thing you probably knew, stop loving.
Right.
Part of what she was saying, certainly she was in some ways probably talking to herself, probably saying some things that she's probably said in her head over time and time again.
Mhm.
Part of it, certainly she was talking to those of us in the system, but she's talking to you too, right? But the greatest thing about what she was saying, which was really sort of just interesting to me, is she really was talking about the people out there that face the same challenges. And bottom line to everything that she said, and again, I don't think she was being wordy at all, is she was really saying, don't give up hope, right? Just don't give up on your kid. You just got to kind of try to get through it, or if it's not your kid, but it's somebody else, you got to try to through that. And I think for those of us that are in the system, she was also by thanking us, telling us not to give up.
Absolutely.
Got a great mom, Tegan.
I do. I know I do.
I know you know, right? But you really do. And she'll stay with you. All right. And you just gotta walk sometimes that slow journey, but you gotta walk it. Okay. Sentence on count assault and battery. Sentence of the court. I'm going to place you on 18 months prosecuted deferred sentence. If $555 fines and court costs, $540 probation oversight fees. I'll ask you about payment. There should be no use of alcohol, recreational marijuana, or any illegal drug. You'll be subject to random testing as requested by probation. You are to complete the non-farm outpatient program, including all recommended aftercare with status reports to probation. You're to continue your individual therapy with proof of probation. You're to attend a minimum of 3 AA meetings per week with monthly verification to probation. I'll allow consensual contact with Kathy Manel. There's to be no assaultive, threatening, or intimidating behavior on your part. You are not to possess weapons, firearms, ammunition, or anything fashioned to be a weapon. You are to begin and maintain employment. I will set a review hearing on this charge for September 8th, 2027 at 9 a.m. I'll order 93 days in jail. Credit 1, the balance is suspended. On count 5, the larceny less than $200, 18 months probation, $555 fines. Court costs you to comply with the sentence I've just set forth in count 4. And I'll order 93 days jail. Credit 1 day served. the balance is suspended. I will order removal of the GPS. How are you gonna get this paid?
I just got a job. I have maybe $10 right now around there. But I have a job and I'm starting to work.
Do you have a job?
I just got a job. And I'm starting to work, so I will be paid off over time.
So how long do you think this is gonna take you?
A while.
A while? Like, what's a while?
I don't know.
You have no idea.
I don't.
I know, because, well, you don't have any idea, because
I would have to do
when mom's allowed you, you lived under mom's roof, right?
I mean, I've been homeless for many years.
Okay,
And now I have rent because I'm living in transitional, which is amazing. I'm lucky, but I don't know. It'll take a while. I will pay it off as possible.
how long have you been sober?
2 months today.
Today?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Mikey, that's fantastic. Were you not gonna tell me that? That it was 2 months today?
I wasn't gonna.
That's something celebrated. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
All right. Tell you what I'm gonna do for you. Right? I don't know what this totals up to be. Figure out what your income is.
Like-
Payment plan
Nice.
Yeah.
as directed by probation.
And then the tether is another.
Pardon?
Tether costs extra too, right?
Yeah, but he said no more tether.
Oh.
She was wondering about paying for the tether in addition to paying the fines.
I'm gonna remove that. You can deal with community corrections about payment on the tether.
Okay.
I'm not gonna get involved in any of that.
Well,
$650.
that'll take me like
Let me ask you,
months to a year.
you're committed to staying sober, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, your mom said that when you stay sober and you do that, then you're the daughter she knows,
Correct.
right? The good daughter.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So here's what I'm gonna do. Because I want your mom to have and be able to experience that good daughter, but it's gonna take work on your part, right? Okay, so Miss Polero, her total amount that she owes is $1,650. Starting today, we've got 18 months probation. So what I'm gonna do is each month you're sober, we'll just take $100 off.
Wow. Thank you, Mayor.
All right. I'd rather have your sobriety than the money. Yeah, that's
Very, very much.
right. We'll take $100 off until we get down to the state minimum. So won't do that, but I think that'll get us through your entire probationary term. All right.
This is the moment the courtroom changes. The judge stops being patient. This is no longer a warning. Every word now carries consequences. One wrong move, and freedom disappears.
And young lady, in part I'm doing that for you, but you've got to do this variety part for yourself, right? But I'm also doing that for your mom. It's the least of what she deserves. Okay. All right.
All right. Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Thank you. Let's take it.
Thank you.
Case People versus Megan Maxim.
Good morning, Your Honor. Michael Vincent on behalf of Megan Maxon. State your name.
Morning, Megan Maxim.
All right. Date and time set for sentencing. You proceed.
Your Honor, we have reviewed the report. We have no corrections. Ms. Maxon would like a little bit of time. She put $300 on. She needs a little bit of time for the other 300.
She can pay 300.
Yep.
It's time for the remaining.
Yes.
Why didn't you just say that? Right? Anything's so complicated.
My life.
Pam,
And you don't want to hear about it.
is there anything you'd like to say before I impose sentence? sentence of the court, I'll place you on 4 months prosecutor deferred sentence. You're to pay $480 fines and costs, $120 probation oversight fee. You can pay $300 today.
Yes,
Is that correct?
yes, that's correct.
And when can you pay the balance?
Within a month, is that?
If I give you till April 30th, you can get it
Yes, definitely.
balanced by April 30th, 2026. There's no use of alcohol, recreational marijuana, or any illegal subject to random testing as requested by probation. You're to complete a theft class. You're to do that within the next 60 days. You're to complete 25 hours of community service as directed by probation. No going to any Walmart store in the state of Michigan. I'll set a review hearing that's to be held July 8, 2026 at 9 a.m. I'll order 93 days in jail. That is suspended. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court does call the case, People versus Elizabeth Raggett.
Morning, Your Honor. Sam Bernstein with and on behalf of Ms. Raggett.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Braga.
All right, thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah, Ms. Raggett is doing, she's doing really well, Your Honor. This case was a kind of like a continuation of an older case. So she's been supervised by Ms. Blair for a while now. And she's doing everything that she needs to do. She just got like a second job and she's clean and sober. She's really doing well and she's in a good place.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
Else? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Really. Could have done it without you guys.
Thank you for saying that. And it's good to see you look well.
Yeah. It's been a journey and I'm sorry. I am.
What are you sorry for?
I'm sorry for letting personal issues in my life affect, well, I don't even know. Take your time up here. It's not fair. It's not who I am, but we learn sometimes
Sure.
on camera and in court and in jail, but we learn. That's all that matters.
True. It's when behaviors get repeated that there are problems, right? But
I feel good.
Blair,
Cool.
One-
Claire, on behalf of probation, I just wanted to let the court know Greg is on probation with for the part of this incident. So since Miss Reagan's been on probation, she's been on Graham tether. She really could have had that taken off many months ago. However, she chose to keep the scram tether on because it placed more accountability with her sobriety. Probation is going to allow her to return it. I mean, when she reported to me last month, I asked her if she wanted off, and she has continued to want to keep it on. However, she's been sober for many months now, and she's doing really well.
I have a new job. I have to go in person.
pardon?
I start a new job on Monday in an office job, so I have to.
Have to get that.
Yeah, but I go, I have my people. I go to meetings whenever I can daily, so I have people now. So
Are you scared to get it off
not anymore.
or before?
I was, yeah. I didn't want. It was sort of like a Dumbo and the feather,
Got it.
but I got it.
Okay. And so how much longer did you keep that on? From the time?
She said she gave me permission to go get it off today.
No, but before Miss Blair?
Your Honor, she was sentenced in September. So technically she could have had it off in October. So she has had it on for many additional months.
It just felt right. But know that you check me.
Well, and
Well, I mean,
wanted the safety net.
yeah, I just, the fear was something that I needed, but I feel confident. And now that I've built up my life enough, it hasn't been easy, tell you.
And did you and you paid the tether fees, or are you still working?
No, but now I have the additional job. I'll be working 2 jobs. I'm a single mom. I'm do the best I can.
No, I got you. Here's what I'm gonna do. Because you got to get those paid off. On the count 5, failure to report an accident. I'll order $400 $50 fines and cost. I'll get to how you're gonna get this paid in a moment. $450 fines and costs. 90 days in jail, credit 24, the balance is suspended. On failure to report an accident count. Well, do I
It
have
should be 4 and 5. All right.
4 and 5? So that was on count 4. And then on count 5, I will do the same. $450 fines and costs. 90 days in jail, credit 24, the balance served. So that's a total of $900. Right. When do you think you could get that paid?
I mean, what is a year? Is that too much?
Why don't we
You-
hang on a second here?
Okay,
So, because you're paying on, you've got to pay on the other case, right?
yeah.
Really all comes out. Okay.
I mean, as much leeway as I can get, but I'll get it done.
It would have been October, November, December, October, November, December, January. So here's what I'm going to do. Doesn't quite balance out per month, but kind of let you know how proud I am of you for remaining sober, getting through it, whatever. Of the 900, I'm going to waive $600 of that.
Thank you.
Welcome. All right.
Mhm.
And then the 300 will be paid as directed by.
Understood. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Keep it up.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Court calls the case, People versus Carlos Mack.
Honor. Mr. Mack is in custody.
Is he?
That's my understanding.
Well,
I think he's in custody. List.
I think he's in our jail.
No.
Let me double check with Mr. Bird, if I can have one. Can I just double check with Mr. Bird to see, based on his notes, it looks like he has done some time, but I don't know if that means he's still in custody or if he's out of custody. If I could just have just one moment to speak, reach out to Mr. Bird.
I'll pass the man.
Thank you, Judge.
Well,
Court does call the case, People versus Tatiana Tedder.
Sherilyn Foster Tucker on behalf of Tatiana Tedder.
There's. State your
Good
name,
morning,
please.
Tatiana Tedder.
All right. Go ahead, Mr.
Your Honor, we've reviewed the PSI. We don't have any additions, corrections, or deletions. We are just asking that the court follows the recommendation.
All right. Ms. Tedder, is there anything you'd like to say before I impose sentence?
No.
Okay. Sentence of the court, 6 months prosecutor deferred sentence. You're to pay $555 fines and costs, $180 probation oversight fees. When can you get that paid?
I'll start back work. I'm just waiting until after my due date because I can't work right now. My due date is May 5th, and then after that I can go back to work.
You're having a baby on May 5th?
I'm supposed to be, hopefully sooner, so I can go back to work.
Is it your first?
No. This is the last, so the 4th.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not the first, but it's the last. All right. Here's what I'll do. Understand that. So what I'll do is I'll just indicate she's a payment plan is arranged by probation. Because you think that baby's going to come whenever it wants. So
Yes.
all right. Okay. There's to be no use of alcohol, recreational marijuana, or any illegal substance. You'll be subject to random testing as by probation. You are to complete that class as directed by probation. No going to any TJ Maxx stores in the state of Michigan. I'll set a review hearing that's to be held September 9th, 2026 at 9 a.m. I'll order 365 days in jail. That is suspended.
Okay.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Please state that for the record, sir.
Devontae Edward Connor Belcher.
Thank you, Judge. We have had a chance to speak to Mr. Connor Belton and go through the recommendations detail. He understands all the conditions and is asking that you follow the recommendations.
Sir, I'd like to say before I impose that.
I am deeply sorry about my behavior, and I intend to let this probation period change the best for me.
Sent to the court, I'll place you on 12 months probation. You are to pay $555 fines. It costs $360 probation oversight fees. That will be when payable 60 days after release. There should be no use of alcohol, recreational marijuana, or any illegal substance. You'll be subject to random testing as requested by probation. You to complete a substance abuse assessment, comply with all treatment recommendations and status reports to probation. You to complete 25 hours of community service with proof to probation. You're to begin and maintain employment with verification to probation. There's no going to any Meijer store in the state of Michigan. You are to report to probation. I don't know if he's going to be getting.
Anything else?
I will be. I'll be getting out.
Nothing else is holding you?
So I'm having an arraignment after this today at 1.
On what charge?
A retail fraud that should have been dealt with a month ago. We're gonna put for a PR bond because I have other.
That's on Judge Hours.
Yes.
Okay. All right. That's the warrant that I see. Okay. You say that's set for this afternoon?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fantastic. All right, then I'll begin and maintain employment with verification to probation. No going to any Meijer store in the state of Michigan. I'll order that you report to probation March 19th, 11:30 a.m. That is an in-person meeting with probation. I'll order 365 days in jail credit. Is that 98 days served, balance suspended.
Thank you very much, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor. You have a lovely day.
All right, good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Here's my card, your appointment time. Okay, I'll see you then.
For recalls case, People versus Carlos Mack. Oh, he's here.
Yeah. Good morning, Your Honor. Sydney Rushing, appearing on behalf of Mr. Mack, and I'm standing in for his attorney of record, Mr. Attorney Byrd, and that is with your permission. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Can you stand for the record, please?
Carlos Mack.
Go ahead.
Your Honor, we've had an opportunity to receive the and review the pre-sentence investigation report. We find that there are no additions, deletions, or corrections to make at this time. Your Honor, just in addition to the recommendation of probation, I would just ask that any leniency that Your Honor is able to provide Mr. Mack. He is having some financial tough times right now, and he is does have appointed counsel. We would just ask for any leniency that you're able to provide for him on the fines and costs. And Your Honor, he has been,
Not issuing a bench warrant like I should have done earlier.
Judge,
talking to different.
no, it's okay. Judge, he was doing everything he was getting here. Mr. Byrd and I were also conversing that if his ride had fell through, we were going to be getting an Uber to get him here one way or another. It wasn't like he was trying to not be on time, Judge. He is a very respectful person.
So Byrd was going to Uber client?
Judge, I was going to.
Oh, going to? Oh.
Your Honor.
Byrd, I don't even know if Byrd knows how to work.
Mr. Mack was going to be here one way or the other, but his ride pulled through for him. So, Your Honor, he does apologize for his tardiness. But Your Honor, it's also my understanding that he has been out of custody since January 15th of 2026. He's been on a sober link ever since that has not had any issues in it. I'd ask that Your Honor consider removing the sober link today and potentially using a different form of monitorization. It's kind of causing him some pain on his ankle.
Right. Sir, anything you want to say?
I apologize for not being punctual. I was trying to get it, I promise. And then I got a phone call from my cousin that watches and said, yeah, called my name. I said, no. So I tried to call Mr. Bird and then he's gonna contact her.
Watching court.
You know they called yourself.
Uh-oh, cousin's in trouble.
No, Judge, let me throw out then, if cousin is, you know, watching, then it shows that he has family support as well. So we're gonna throw that out there, okay?
Probably just a clown.
Wait. So I love about Russia. She took that and spun it.
I get paid to do, Judge.
Yeah, that's it. All right. The court does acknowledge this is not a serious misdemeanor as defined by statute. However, it does believe there are reasonable grounds to depart from the presumption of a non-probationary sentence. The alcohol screening and assessment identifies the benefit of outpatient treatment, attendance at AA meetings, and abstinence from all intoxicants. Therefore, the court will follow the recommendation of probation for a probationary sentence with the stated rehabilitative goals to promote change, prevent recidivism, and to monitor compliance of recommended treatment. It's therefore the sentence of the court. I will place you on probation for a period of 12 months. You are to pay $855 fines and costs, $100 prosecution recovery costs, $100 police agency recovery costs, and $360 probation oversight fees. When can you get that paid?
I'm not sure on it. I actually do have some jobs lined up, but one of the jobs that I have
with you today,
no, I have paid $70 Friday or whatnot.
Pardon?
I had paid $70 Friday. I came up with the quarters.
Was that for your Silver Link?
No, for this day, but yeah.
That was because he had failed to appear. I got you. So a probation plan or a payment plan is recommended by probation.
And we'd ask that you adopt that as well, Judge.
Pardon?
We ask that you adopt that as well.
There's to be no use of alcohol, recreational marijuana, or any illegal substances. You'll be subject to random testing as requested by probation. You're to complete an outpatient substance treatment program, follow all recommendations for aftercare, and provide status reports to probation. You're to attend one AA meeting per week with monthly verification to probation. You're to provide proof of victims impact panel attendance to probation. I will discontinue the scram tether. I'll order 93 days in jail, credit 61. The balance is suspended. All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Mr. Mayor.
The courtroom goes silent. The judge doesn't need to shout because everyone understands what comes next. This isn't anger. This is control, and control is far more dangerous.